Ciao!
Ciao! We are bringing the energy up this morning. We have a lot on the agenda to explore. Some very incredible spots. First on our list is the Colosseum. Just so insane that we're just going to the Colosseum today. We're so thankful and excited to be here. We arrived from Florence yesterday in the afternoon, but we did squeeze in quite a bit already. Tried to get our bearings around the city. We're staying in this beautiful hotel called Hotel Baracco, I believe. And it's very nice, very centrally located. So let me give you the room tour and catch you up on everything that we've seen so far. We took the high-speed train from Florence to Rome, and it was an easy breezy train ride. I really do just love traveling by train. It's something so special about European vacations, just being able to bop around quickly and looking out the window. It's just really fabulous. And thankfully our hotel wasn't too far from the train station, so we actually just ended up walking to our hotel, and we passed these orange trees just in the middle of the street, which we loved and were excited about. And here's a room tour of our second home in Italy. Okay, we've made it to our room in Rome. Brandon's not defrosting. What would the opposite of defrosting? He's cooling down. He's frosting. We had a little journey from the train station, but we made it. It wasn't that bad, actually, just like a 20-minute walk. But here's our cozy room right in the center of Rome. We have just a lot to explore right around us. So we have our bed and then a little desk area and then quite a large restroom. So we will make this our cozy place for the next 3 days. After we settled in a bit, we went straight to exploring, and we just sort of started walking around. Our hotel was really close to Trevi Fountain, so we got to see that, which was exciting. It always takes me aback when I've seen a location so many times in movies and on TV and pictures, but then seeing it in real life just always is a moment to remember. And this really did. I remember my jaw dropped when I first saw the Trevi Fountain. It's just so massive and ornate and beautiful, and then there were so many people around, so it just felt like a very electric spot. And then we also stumbled into this gorgeous church. That's just a common theme in Italy. You can just stroll into these basilicas and look at how ornate and just beautifully designed they are. We also ended up passing the Pantheon, which we'll visit later on in our trip. And then another site that we weren't even aware of but was really incredible to see was Largo di Torre Argentina, which is an open piazza, and it's just really wild to see this ancient archaeological site just nestled amidst the other buildings in the city. And this was actually the site of 4 different Roman Republican temples, and it has the remains of Pompey's theater. So very interesting, and currently it's also a modern cat sanctuary. So we saw a couple of really cute cats. And then we made our way over to the Tiber River, which was absolutely gorgeous. I feel like we went on such a beautiful time of day. The sun was shining, the birds were swimming and flying about, there were boats going by. It was really lovely. We sort of just hung out here for a bit to enjoy the views and then continued walking, and it was time for gelato. It had been too many hours without a gelato, so we got a strawberry and lemon cone, and it was so delightful on a hot day. The lemon gelato really just hit the spot like no other, so that was lovely. And then we grabbed an early dinner at Nannarella. This was a highly recommended spot, and we did really enjoy it. They had great options on the menu. We ordered a caprese salad, another salad. I forgot to take a video of the pasta, I guess, but we ordered 2 different kinds of pastas and enjoyed that, and then stumbled upon more piazzas, churches, and just enjoyed the evening of strolling and seeing all of the sights. Before bed, wanted some sweet treats, so we grabbed a pistachio cannoli that was divine, and then Brandon stocked up on some more fruit from this fruit stand near our hotel. And this morning, we thankfully woke up bright and early. Around 6:15 a.m. is when we set our alarm. The sun rises at 6:11 this time of year, which is really nice. The days are so long and we have so much sunshine today. So we went to Trevi Fountain and tried to catch a peek before it got too crowded, because like I said yesterday, we went in the afternoon and it is definitely a hot commodity. So it was nice to be able to see it when it was a bit more peaceful. So that was a great way to start the day, and thankfully it's really close to the hotel. So we just popped over there, popped back for breakfast at our hotel, which all of our accommodations in Italy have included breakfast, which is really nice, just so that we can fuel up and get ready for the day. So we enjoyed that, and now, like I said, we're off to the Colosseum, and we have a long list, so we'll see what we can accomplish and what we have energy for, but really excited to continue exploring this incredibly beautiful and ancient city. Our mindset for this Italian adventure and vacation was to truly go with the flow. I really didn't love the idea of having a stacked itinerary with a lot of different bookings and reservations, just because personally I didn't know how I would feel being pregnant, and we like to have that freedom to just sort of see where the wind takes us, see where the city and sights take us. So that was wonderful. However, when we rolled up to the Colosseum and saw thousands and thousands of people, I felt quite naive that we would just be able to stroll on into the Colosseum without tickets or anything of that sort. So I definitely was humbled quickly, but thankfully we were just so incredibly blessed by one of the workers at the Colosseum. We saw the line, which was a 3-hour line to get tickets and get into the Colosseum. And granted, it was quite toasty this day. It was around 80 degrees. The Roman sunshine was in full force. So that probably wasn't going to work out for us. But she noticed that I was pregnant. And this quickly became a trend where someone working at a museum or a highly coveted site would notice that I'm pregnant and immediately take us to the front of the line. We could not believe it. We were just completely taken aback and not expecting that at all. But it's just a big part of the culture, I believe, to take care of mothers and pregnant women. Again, it was just totally unexpected, but incredibly appreciated that we were able to get brought to the front of the line and be able to experience the Colosseum while we were here. We were incredibly, incredibly thankful for that. And seeing the Colosseum, of course, it's just one of those bucket list places that you hear about in history class, and being able to walk the grounds and see it in person again, is really special. And of course, the Colosseum, it's been an amphitheater, but we also learned it's been a cemetery used for housing, also used for miscellaneous gatherings of worship. I really don't like to think too much about the gladiator years just because it's quite violent, but it's a huge part of the history. And I will say it was interesting to learn that there were also 36 trapdoors in the arena for special effects. So clearly, the Colosseum is rich with history, and again, we're just so thankful we were able to experience it despite our lack of planning ahead of time. We found some marble stones to sit on for a bit, and we found a place for lunch, and Brandon also found a cafe to grab a Cafe Freddo, which is essentially espresso shaken with ice and sugar, and then it's kept in like a glass bottle in the fridge and poured over ice. He absolutely loved it. I tried a sip too. It was very refreshing. And we then walked over to our lunch spot, which we really, really enjoyed. We got some salads, a minestrone soup, pasta, and it was just a fabulous atmosphere, great staff. We loved it. Again, I'll include all of our favorite restaurants and sites in the description, so no need to write down the names. I will have it all easily accessible there for you. And then it was time for some post-lunch gelato. The flavors we picked out this time were dark chocolate and cafe latte. So it was a chocolate coffee combo. Really, really delicious. And then we headed back towards the Colosseum to explore the Roman Forum, which is adjacent to the Colosseum. So this is really beautiful to explore. One, because it's fascinating. There's several ruins of important ancient government buildings. I feel like walking around here too really gives you the feel that you're in these ancient times and you try to imagine and place yourself in history. It's really neat. But then you also get these stunning views of the Colosseum since it's right across the way. So we strolled around there for a bit before heading back to the hotel. We have had a full day already. It's been really special. Thankfully, we were able to enjoy the Colosseum and try to take that all in. Oh, we have an intruder.
No, you're supposed to be resting.
I just had my feet up, propped up upside down because we walked so much. Send me on a mission
and you're supposed to be resting and you're working.
I'm ready to go again. I'm like, I put my feet up for a little bit and now I'm ready. Let's go to the gardens. That's our next stop of the day. He was supposed to get me some sparkling ice.
I have to ask you about it.
Oh.
There are decisions to be made.
What's up?
The bartender's super nice. Here's, I got like lemon soda and a big water. But then the snack thing is like these little cakes. One is like a caprese, like almost like a fluffy biscuit.
Uh-huh. Are those sweet?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, if you're gonna try it, sure. Let's go.
Okay.
Our hotel, we really like our hotel. It's been really nice. We had breakfast this morning, which is, again, included. But there's also a bar. And when we booked it, it had some sort of booking special. So we have like snacks and drinks included, maybe just one of each. But yeah, really nice. So we're getting a little refreshments, a little rest, and then we're gonna go to the gardens nearby. But it's been a really beautiful full day. I've changed my outfit. This is my third outfit of the day, but I figured I got enough sunshine on my shoulders. The Roman sun is shining today, so put some cover on my shoulders, and the plan is to enjoy the gardens. They have boats that you can rent, which is ideally what we will do. But if it's all booked up, that's totally fine. We'll just... Hi again.
Back. Buddy's coming.
Aw. We'll just see what the rowboat situation is, and if not, we'll just enjoy the gardens. Probably just stay there till around golden hour, sunset. We could even take a nap there in the grass maybe, we'll see. And then the plan is to get some casual pizza for dinner and have an early night. But every night of our trip, we're like, we're gonna go to bed early tonight because we've had such a full day. We're gonna go to bed at like 9 o'clock, and then we look at the time and we're finally going to bed 11 o'clock. So we'll see. We're just, again, going with the flow, seeing what sounds nice, but thankful for such a beautiful day so far. I'm so immensely thankful we were able to rent boats at Villa Borghese Gardens. It was so beautiful and just delightful to spend time outside. And of course, we're spending time in Rome, which is such a major and lively and vibrant city. So being able to stroll around a more serene setting for a bit was really refreshing, and just seeing everyone rent these boats and giggle as they row about and just see the birds. It was a really lovely afternoon. So I'm so thankful. Again, we were able to squeeze this into the agenda. I wasn't sure if it would work out with timing, but definitely worth adding to your itinerary if you ever find yourself in Rome. And for dinner, we grabbed some pizza and then naturally, of course, some gelato for dessert. We are home from a beautiful day of exploring. It was such a full day. Breakfast feels like 5 days ago.
Yeah, it was a long day.
I always look to say our highlight of the day. And I feel like it's hard to pick a highlight today. There were so many good moments.
You want
me to go first? I feel like it's more top of mind because we just did it, but I loved doing the boats at the gardens. Yeah, that was just really sweet and such a beautiful time of day, and just all the different families and couples and friends just in the boats laughing. It was really beautiful. And just the atmosphere was incredible.
Yeah. I think mine was when I went to the bar to get our check-in drinks and snacks. I guess we should have gone yesterday. But we did it today, and I was talking to the guy and telling him about Allison and being pregnant and her baby boy, and he was talking about his daughter, who's almost a year old, and you could just tell how much he absolutely loved her and adored her, and just all of the sweet things he was saying, and how happy he was for us, and saying, like, you guys are just going to have an absolute blast, and it's the best thing ever.
It's really, yeah.
And just and then when he dropped the stuff off, how sweet he was to Allison. And then collectively, all the people, there's numerous people throughout the day who are just so sweet to her and taking good care of her.
It's really sweet.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
I love to
unexpected, really, but really, really nice. And just being able to spend so much time at the Colosseum today was cool. Like, checking off a bucket list place makes for a great day. That's so insane. And they really treated us so kindly there, which is so nice. So we're very thankful. Such an Italian adventure. And tomorrow's plan, we need to scope out the morning a little bit more, but we're doing a pasta making class in a small village outside of Rome. So we're going to be traveling on the outskirts, and really looking forward to that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ciao.
Buonanotte.
morning. We've had a bit of a slower start this morning. It's just felt so cozy to sleep in and just slowly enter the day. But now we are ready to go squeeze in some more, or cross off some more things on our Rome bucket list. I believe we're gonna head over to Vatican City and explore that whole area, see what that's all about. Of course, that's such a significant and historic area near Rome. So we believe that's the plan. Probably stop by a little pastry shop, try some Italian pastries, and just sort of go with the wind until we need to catch our train around 2 p.m. this afternoon to go to our cozy Italian village to make pasta with Nonna, which we're so looking forward to. But thankful for a really great night's rest. We did go to bed at 11 again, around 11, maybe a little after. The days thankfully have felt so full and we've been able to squeeze in so much, but then even though we get to our, like last night we got to our room around 9 p.m., but we still didn't shut our eyes till around 11. But thankfully again we were able to take things a little slower this morning and get some beautiful rest before another full day of adventure. It was a rainy morning in Rome and we took the metro over to Vatican City, which it was so interesting. I didn't realize Vatican City was its own city-state. So when I was checking the weather, once we were in Vatican City, it was interesting how the location changed and everything. But this is, of course, the headquarters of the Roman Catholic Church. So there's tons of different monumental religious sites, and it's home to the Pope. We cozied up in a cafe for a bit and grabbed some pastries, and then we went over to St. Peter's Basilica, which, again, a very highly coveted tourist destination, and I was really thankful they had this prayer path. So there were different qualifications, but if you're pregnant, you are able to enter through the prayer path and skip the line, which again really blew us away and we were very thankful for. Another interesting tidbit about traveling in Italy while you are pregnant is that you're not allowed to go through any metal detectors. So I appreciated that, as there are quite a few, since most major tourist sites you do have to go through the metal detector. So that was interesting. And St. Peter's Basilica was, again, incredibly awe-inspiring, ornate. There was actually mass going on while we were visiting, so it was in Italian, of course, so we tried to pick up the pieces, but we listened to that for a bit and just, again, took in the ornateness of the architecture, art, and of course the history, as the center of the basilica houses the Apostle Peter's tomb. We didn't have much more time to explore Vatican City because we needed to catch our train over to Nonna's house. We traveled to Palombara Sabina, which is this beautiful, beautiful town, about a 30-minute train ride from the city center of Rome. And it was just really special. We didn't realize how much history and exploration of this city that was included with the pasta making experience, but our tour guide took us to the heart of the city and shared a bit about the history, and she's born and raised from this city, so she was able to share just family heritage and legacy and tradition. So that felt really intimate and special, and just being able to, again, learn about the people and the culture is such a valuable experience. So we really immensely enjoyed that. It's also so neat that this town actually produces olive oil, so they grow the olive trees and produce their own olive oil, which we used for our cooking experience later on, but that just added a whole other layer of specialness, but of course, flavor as well. We then headed over to this cozy home on the hillside, and we had some sunshine as we were exploring the town, but then it started to rain shortly after we arrived at the home, which just added a whole other element of coziness, and we were ready to get cooking. So we ended up making 3 different styles of pasta. We made a bow tie or butterfly pasta, as well as ravioli, and then the classic, famous Nonna's fettuccine. So this was really amazing to get to, of course, learn from the best of the best, and we just took away so many different tidbits and had such a fabulous time laughing and cooking together. The fettuccine was even more impressive, and this is the one that Nonna really owned, and she included us in part of the process, but it definitely feels like level expert pasta making because this is completely handmade from scratch. Absolutely no machinery was used, which is just so incredible to see the art of it all. And we just had a marvelous time. Brandon even got to go up for a bit and showcase his pasta making skills, and we could not stop laughing about this moment where the rolling pin went for an adventure. Please enjoy.
Esatto, sì. Dai che la dovrai fare.
Caress till the end. Fino alla fine devono. Guys, you have to caress the whole surface, otherwise some parts stay thicker and some are thinner, ok? Ecco, esatto. Molto bene. The other way, turn the other way. Esatto. Then to the left.
Oh, no.
Sì, go.
Okay.
Don't worry. Buy quickly! It's okay. It's okay. It's more than a Great! Another raviolo. Here. Allora, at this point, so
Né così né con questo. Slap.
allora, with this now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
We are back at the hotel. We had such a full day. It was an incredible day. Yeah, we need to sit. Look at my crazy hair from the rain we had today. It was just so fun. Let's see, where do we even begin? We're so tired. So we started the day with the Vatican. Really nice to check that off. That was awe-inspiring. And then our pasta with Nonna pretty much took the whole day.
Yeah,
It was
from
like
we had to start thinking about traveling around 1, and then, I mean, we just got back. It was for 9:45.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It was incredible though. Such a beautiful experience, and when we were walking home, we're like, oh, we miss our friends, because we all just felt like family at the end, enjoying just hours together.
Group of people and
Such a good
mix.
group, yeah.
It's fun.
It's so amazing too to just be around people who are from all over the world. Like
Yeah,
we had
yeah.
Mexico, Australia, the Netherlands.
In the U.S. I think
There was
that
only
it.
one other couple from the U.S., but it was just really England. So we
UK.
Yeah, it was a beautiful experience, and of course Nonna. was just a highlight, and the whole team and family. Such a beautiful village. It was lovely.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Got to learn a little bit about the history of it.
We got some olive oil souvenirs. We got 3 little bottles to take home for, I don't know if we'll keep one for us or just give them out to others. We'll see, but it's nice to have gems like that to bring home. So
some education and pasta making. Learn some new styles, techniques, recipes.
Absolutely. We're gonna make bow tie pasta soon. That was my favorite. So
yeah,
it was great. It was another beautiful day. Just got back and now I'm gonna drink a lot of water, and we have some fruit for our, we got some ice cream at the cooking experience, but this sounded really yummy. So we have kiwi and banana and bedtime. We're so sleepy, we forgot to say our highlight of the day, but I feel like it goes without saying what our highlight. Pasta with Nonna. But what part about it?
Just like talking with everyone.
Yeah.
It was just such a fun, interesting.
It was such a great way to meet other people and just connect, and it makes the world feel big but small at the same time. We're all just these humans living all around the world, just trying to find joy. It's really beautiful.
It was sweet.
It was.
Special. And the weather, like, it was kind of nice that it was rainy, especially like it was sunny when we got there, and you could see pretty far and beautiful.
Yes.
And like rain clouds like came over the mountain.
It was just such a cozy experience.
Yeah, I think it was like putting everyone to sleep when they had their pasta, and it was just like nice warm lighting and raining or something.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Okay, sweet dreams. For our last few hours in Rome, we enjoyed breakfast at our hotel again, and then we passed by Trevi Fountain as we were going to the Pantheon. And it was interesting because they actually blocked it off because they were filming scenes for Emily in Paris. So that was interesting. And then, of course, we made it to the Pantheon, and it was quite enchanting experience because it was raining when we visited the Pantheon. And of course, this is an ancient temple that has since been converted into a Christian church in the 7th century, but it has this massive hole in the middle of the dome, and there's drainage on the floor, but whenever it rains, it depends how heavy the rain is, but the rain will come through the top of the dome, which was just really beautiful to see, honestly. And I was curious why there is such a massive hole at the top, and this is actually the only source of light within the structure, so there's no windows. When the front doors are open, some light streams through there as well. That was very interesting, of course. And then it's also believed to be constructed with the hole at the top so that it's a connection between the temple and the gods above. We are packed up and headed on our last leg of our Italian adventure. We absolutely loved Rome. I'm a little surprised at how much we really enjoyed ourselves. We thought we would, but it definitely exceeded my expectations. Really, such a beautiful city, so much ancient history to absorb and be in awe of. It was just so special, and I'm really excited to continue the adventure for 3 more days. So I'll see you in the Positano vlog, but thank you so much for watching this adventure, and I'm excited to see you next. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.